Attacking football.
Attacking football.
Attacking football.
Attacking football.
Attacking football. Let's have a quick chat about which England players are going to be potentially coming back into the fold or should be looking at the England side now and going, do you know what, I'm in with a chance. Who is there out there that you think you're in with a shout of getting into the England squad now? But Conor Gallagher looking for maybe a reprise?
Gallagher could definitely, but the first player who I think of who will be buzzing at this news is Chilwell, because Chilwell and Reece James were absolutely critical for Tuchel when he was Chelsea manager. They were, I would argue, the two most important players on the team when they were both fit. So and Chilwell's been completely left out in the cold of the England setup. Even when Luke Shaw's injured, he's not had a look in. So for him, it probably looked like his international career was done. I think with Tuchel coming in now, if Chilwell can get himself playing, which will be difficult because I don't think Enzo Maresca wants anything to do with him either. But if he can somehow get his way back in, Tuchel will definitely be looking at him. I think this could revitalize his career. Definitely, maybe Mason Mount as well. I know he's had a tough time with injury.
Well, he's got to be fit to play for England, surely.
Yeah, you've got to be fit. I mean, that's the problem. Reece James as well. He'd be a shoo-in, but he's never fit either. So, that crop of Chelsea players who won the Champions League, it's not gone well for any of them. But yeah, I think Chilwell is the main one who comes to my mind.
Graham, in the summer when Gareth Southgate announced his travelling squad, there were an awful lot of eyebrows raised over the omissions of Marcus Rashford and Jack Grealish, and eyebrows raised over the inclusion of, as Jeptaj said just then, Luke Shaw, who wasn't fit to go to the tournament, but he went anyway. Do you think Thomas Tuchel is the kind of guy who's going to look at that and go, yeah, if you're not fit, you're not coming in my squad? Or
I said time will tell. We don't know what type of manager he is international wise yet. I said we can surmise who his favourites might be, but we don't actually know yet. I think we might see a few new names become real mainstays of the team. Someone who I'd look at is for the World Cup qualifiers in March. I think like a Jared Branthwaite will start becoming really, really big name for England now because centre half is a problem position. And I think the fascinating thing with Tuchel is does he go with a 3 or a 4? I think that's going to be the fascinating way forward. As we said, he loves playing the wing backs and the 3, but do you have is there enough in this country to play a 3 at the back?
So
yeah, possibly. If you go Colwell, Branthwaite, and Gahey, maybe, yeah. But you're cobbling together 3 centre halves rather than having 3 that trip off the tongue at you. So, but the wing backs are there on the right for sure.
He's also wearing the armband now and then.
Yeah, he was captain against Greece, weren't he, at Wembley for the first time? But yeah, lads, do you think there's anyone that should be fearful of their place in the squad now? Like when they see the Tuchel's coming in, do you reckon anyone's getting scared, thinking, "Oh no"?
I think some of the attackers will be if he does go 3 at the back.
Yeah,
the Sakas. I think Saka will be more afraid than Cole Palmer, for instance. I think Cole Palmer's. I don't think he'll be too worried about his situation going forward. But Foden, Saka, the mainstays of previous squads. Tuchel. Could I see him maybe asking one of these big names to really throw down the gauntlet? I wouldn't rule it out. I think it will depend on what system he's going to be looking at now. What system is best for him? And if he does go 3 at the back, that means we didn't think there was enough room for these attackers in the first place. But an extra place will be missing. So it's going to be fascinating to see what system he goes with.
Yeah.
Jeptaj, I wanted to talk to you about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, 3 at the back is probably the ideal position to get the ideal system to get the best out of Trent because he's not going to be asked to do an awful lot of defensive work, and he can still invert into that midfield role that he likes, and he can also bomb on down the touchline. Is there a potential international renaissance coming for Trent?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's already started. I think in this international break, it was the first time following on from the last one that he started 3 England games in a row, which is crazy when you think about it. So obviously Lee Carsley likes him, and I think one of the big things that people were thinking in the last tournaments was how is Southgate not gone for him? especially when you got Reece James injured and Kyle Walker, who's in the last sort of few months or so has looked more susceptible to errors. So I think Trent should definitely be looking at that right back or right wing back spot and thinking that's mine to nail down. He's by far and away now the clear candidate in my mind. I'd be playing him over Kyle Walker or Reece James, even if they were Reece James, if he's fit, I think would start, but he's not been fit for a good 2 years now. So I think it's Trent's to lose.
We need to keep Trent out of midfield, I think, is the answer, and away from left back as well. Play him where he square pegs in square holes. Play him in the position that he's meant to play in. Graham, one of the big issues that Southgate probably had during his tenure was playing players out of position. We saw an awful lot of that in the summer with right backs playing at left back. You've got centre attacking midfielders playing out on the wings. Where do you think Tuchel is going to go in terms of making sure the players are playing in the right positions? And do you think he's going to experiment in his early kind of few windows?
It's impossible to tell. I said until we know what system he wants to play, I think that's going to tell us everything. Clearly the left-hand side is an issue. If Ben Chilwell, ends up, we know he does like him, but if he's, it depends what level he's playing at, when it comes around. But he's got age in his time, Chilwell, so I imagine he will be fairly happy. But do we see any youngsters coming through? Possibly the boy McFarlane, who's going to go to Man City, he might be ready by then. I think that's an issue he's going to have to address. Do we see the likes of Colwill being played out there? I'm not sure we will see that under Tuchel, which will be pleasant, which will be pleasing. But then it's no matter what he does, he's going to have an issue, isn't he? If he solves that back three with the two wing backs, what does he then do with? Does he play one holder, and then what do you do with Rice and Mainu? If you play Rice and Mainu, it only leaves one number 10. Who do you play up front? We could talk all day about it. He'll probably be sat there thinking, what do I do best? We know he loves Harry Kane. Harry Kane's name will be the first on the team sheet. I think Harry Kane will obviously be his captain. But then what does he do around him? It was something that obviously Lee Carsey was looking at. It's something we'll debate probably up until the finals in America and probably during it as well. Those first qualifiers in March next year, I think will be fascinating. That first squad he announces, we'll have an idea of what system he's going to play. So I'm really looking forward to those qualifiers in March when they begin. Yeah, what system he goes. It'd be fascinating if he goes with a 3. That'll be fascinating. It really will be. I think that's his preferred system. It really is. I'm just not sure that the England squad lends itself to that. If Ben Chilwell's playing regularly and Luke Shaw's back, it probably does. But I do worry about the centre half position. We're not inundated with world-class centre halves at the minute, are we?
Yeah, another player at left back or left wing back who could come into the fold is Lewis Hall, because I think it was Tuchel who gave Hall his debut for Chelsea. So clearly he saw something in him and he's progressing nicely. So I think he could come in as well. But I agree with you, Graham. At centre half, there is an issue there because you've probably got Stones who will definitely be in. I think Branthwaite is a good shout, and probably Colwill actually. A 3 of those 3 players will be very strong, but would he integrate Colwill and Branthwaite at the same time? Because that could be risky.
You got Mark Gay.
Well, two left sides as well, isn't it? You can probably tell us if most people don't like playing 2 lefties in the middle, so that might be another reason that he goes to 3 at the back. Because I love Colwill, I think he's brilliant. I like Branthwaite as well. So if you're going to play them 2, you probably have to play a 3.